On this video, I want to continue doing the reading of the Hebrew Bible along with the Septuagint and doing a grammatical analysis and a New Testament application to Christ. So the Hebrew, we pick it up at verse 11. I've entitled this, The Prayer of Christ Upon the Cross. I see a double fulfillment, referring to David at one level and in his final applicational level to Christ. So we pick it up where we left off at verse 11. Al tirhak mimeni ki tzara keruba ki ein ozer. Do not be far from me, for trouble is near, and there is no helper. Notice here, al is a negative particle, and it's used with tirhak, which is from the root rahak. It is a cow imperfect second masculine singular from the root rahak. And notice here the pathak under the chet. The reason for this, instead of an o vowel like yishmor, is that the chet prefers an a vowel preceding it, the pathak under it. So do not be far, mimeni, from me. Notice min is from, and the noon has assimilated into the mem by progressive assimilation, min, meni, becoming mimeni, with the doubling then of the mem, because of progressive assimilation from the noon of min into the min. And notice here, and I see is just more like a hinge, followed by the first person pronominal suffix, and the e. So do not be far from me, kitzara kerova, for trouble is near. Ki is simply the conjunction because or for. Sarah is trouble, and kerova means near. It's an adjective. Trouble is near. Feminine singular. Tzara, by the way, is a feminine singular noun. For trouble is near, and kerova is an adjective. And notice the last phrase, ki ein ozer, for there is no helper. Ki is simply the conjunction showing cause or purpose, and ein is a negative particle meaning there is no, and ozer is a cow participle masculine singular from the root azar, to help. And so here, notice we have a holem vav followed by a tsere, a long o vowel followed by a tsere, showing that we're looking at a cow active participle. And so as we look at this, vocabulary-wise, we might learn that ahak means to be far, sarah means a noun, trouble or distress, karav is an adjective meaning near, and azar is a verb meaning to help. Notice David cried out to the Lord, I believe, don't be far from me, for I'm in trouble and there's no helper. And certainly the greater David, our Lord Jesus, is crying out to his Father, I believe, seen in New Testament fulfillment and application. Don't be far off. Help me. I am in distress upon the cross, and there is no one else to help me. I can't help but think that Jesus' mind would be going through this entire Tehillah, this entire psalm. Then we come to the Septuagint of that verse. Do not stand afar off, apostes ap emu. Do not stand aloof or afar off from me. Apostes is a aorist subjunctive second person singular And I think what we're looking at here is like an imperatival use. Do not stand afar off from me, ki thlipsis engus, for affliction is near. Hate uk estin ha ba'ethon, and there is no one who is helping. Ba'ethon is from ba'etheo. It's the present participle nominative masculine singular with the definite article in the ha. And then we continue very close to the Hebrew here, the Septuagint. We continue then to the next verse in the Hebrew. Notice it reads, Sevavuni im rabim, abire vashan kitruni. That is, many bulls have surrounded me. Mighty bulls or mighty ones of Bashan have encircled me or stationed themselves about me. The important vocabulary here, savav, is a verb meaning to surround. Par is a noun meaning bull. Abir is an adjective meaning mighty or strong, a strong one. Katar is a verb meaning to encircle. And as we read the phrase, looking at it grammatically, Sebabuni parim rabim. Sebabuni is from the root savav. It means to surround. It is a cow perfect third masculine plural from the root savav, followed by a pronominal suffix, first masculine singular in the ni. The noun par means bull, and parim is a masculine plural. Notice the im ending, and rab means many. So many bulls. Parim, sebabuni parim rabim. Many bulls have surrounded me. Abire vashan ketruni. That is, mighty ones of Bashan have encircled me. Notice the two nouns here are in construct. Abire means mighty ones, speaking of the bulls, and the tseriyot is a noun masculine plural in construct here with Bashan. So mighty ones of Bashan. And note Bashan is a noun that looks at the grassy, well-watered area on the east side of the Jordan, of the Jordan, up around the Sea of Galilee, where sleek, fat cattle would graze. Here we have these healthy bulls of Bashan that are ready to destroy him, and they encircle me. Notice katar means to encircle. Notice the I vowel, kitruni, followed by the doubling of the tav, indicates a PL perfect, third masculine singular, with the u suffix, followed by a first person pronominal suffix in the ni. And so we have a plural PL perfect, followed by the pronominal suffix in the ni. Strong bulls of Bashan have stationed themselves or encircled me. David is thinking of bulls when he thinks of his enemies. They're like strong ones of Bashan. They are encircling him. And I believe Jesus, as the final fulfillment upon the cross, experiences the crowd as bulls, ready to gore him, ready to destroy him upon the cross of Calvary. And in the next verse, we'll move then from bulls to a lion. As we look at the Septuagint of that verse, verse 12, notice it reads, Peri ekukloson me maskoe paloi, taroi pianes perieskan me. That is, many bulls have encircled me, have encircled about me. Notice here, periekuklosan is the aorist indicative active third person plural from perikuklao. So many bulls or bullocks have encircled me or compassed me about. And then he goes on, Tyroi pianes perieskan me. That is, fat bulls. Pianes, meaning fat bulls, have beset me about or have set about me, against me. Perieskan is the aorist indicative active third person plural from perieko. Have beset me about, round about. So again, the Septuagint gives pretty much of a literal translation of the Masoretic Hebrew. And again, I think we're looking at the crowds attacking David, but in the ultimate sense, the greater David upon the cross, and the crowds around the cross, like bulls, ready to destroy him. That is Jesus.